Hello everyone, this is Mr. Bush, and this is a screencast with information from Tuesday, January 12th, and for Wednesday, January 13th. Today during our live Google Meets, where we started was just talking about the end of the second marking period, which is next Friday, the 22nd of January. So students had an opportunity to ask some questions, talk a little bit about the end of the second marking period and the end of the first semester. So if you do have any questions about that stuff, feel free to email me or talk to me on Thursday about it during our live Google Meet. We then transitioned into rejoining the Ancient India unit. We started with a visual of the caste system in ancient India. We talked briefly about what it looked like, its history, how people were born into castes in ancient India, how people moved during the rebirth process, and what students will be encountering over the next 24 hours or so with social studies. So we started there. And then I showed students what the worksheet would look like if we were in school, just a reading comprehension sheet with some multiple choice questions. But I did show them that I did adapt it and hopefully made it a little easier for them in Schoology. So we went into Schoology, we went to this week's folder. This week is the charcoal blackish colored folder. This work is located in Monday's folder on the 11th. There's two things in this folder. The first is a video on India's caste system. I encourage everyone to watch this video first as it further explains and talks about the caste system of ancient India.
My high school was privileged to have one of the best world cultures teachers of all time. I say this with confidence because several decades after leaving his class, I still remember his unit on the caste systems of Hinduism.
The video is very explanatory. It's very helpful of understanding the caste system and what it means and what it meant to ancient India. And then after that, students will go into the caste system reading questions. So as students click on that, they will have 2 attempts at this assignment. And the assignment will look like this for them. So there will be a reading at the top in quotations, a chunk of the reading. So students will read what is in the quotations, and then they will answer the questions based on that reading. So most of the questions have a different chunk of reading. There are a couple that use the same chunk, for example, 1 and 2. So when you go to answer questions 1 and 2, it is the same chunk of reading. Then you can see as you go to 3, 4, 5, they have different chunks of reading. So the answers to those questions do come from those chunks of reading. So hopefully I was able to adapt that worksheet to make it a little bit more easy in Schoology. So students had an opportunity to work on that today in class. Today's Tuesday. I encourage them to get started and taking a look at Wednesday and Thursday's work when they are done. So just real quick to head back to those days. Wednesday is the oranges folder, and once again there you will find a video and an assignment. I encourage students maybe on Wednesday to watch the video, What is Hinduism? It's a little bit longer, it's about 17 minutes, but once again very explanatory of the details of Hinduism.
Hinduism, the religion of over 1 billion people, is the world's oldest religion and probably the most confusing one to non-Hindus.
And so that lays a nice foundation for students to complete the reading guide. So when students do go back to Wednesday's assignment, they will see the reading guide, they will make their own copy of that, and I encourage students to at least get started on this reading guide as they move forward with the lesson. On Thursday, during our live Google Meets, we will continue to work on this reading guide. I will answer any questions. We'll do a little bit of it together, and then I will give students the remainder of the time to complete it. If you have any questions on Wednesday as you go to complete your work, feel free to email me. I hope you have a great day. See everybody Thursday. Bye, everybody.